Hey gang, today's Monday, December 12th. It's 2:28, and I filed for unemployment. And I just finished my application online. One thing, like I called my old job to see if I get the termination papers, and the nastiness of people. Like, I guess because I don't work there no longer and I got terminated, they were very, very nasty over the phone. Like, very, like, well, you should have took it when you had the chance and all that stuff. Like, I can't go and get it. And I was like, well, what am I supposed to do about my unemployment issue? And he was like, well, you can explain yourself. And it was just very nasty. And I'm noticing that it's a lot of nasty people. Like, I try to look past and look at the root of why they are the way they are. Like, why people are nasty is usually a cover up. It's usually like a security blanket or a wall that's covering up the vulnerable side of them so they cannot be taken advantage of. But like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I've been having nightmares after nightmares, same type of nightmares of being taken advantage of Fantasia sleeping with somebody else or one of my enemies, or you know and it's like nobody feels it except me. It's like, I believe Rob is the reason why I lost my job, because he was the one. Well, actually, it's my responsibility. I'm the reason why I lost my job, because I took the van and went against company policy. But I believe that Rob was the one who kind of told on me. And it's like, he knows my situation. I don't think he knew that I was supposed to be out by January 1st. And but he knew that I was homeless. And you know it's just sad, man. Like, even though me and him aren't on positive terms, I wouldn't do this to him. I wouldn't hurt him like this. Same with Antasia. Like, the reason why I got a order of protection or a restraining order against me is because she didn't want me to tell her parents the truth about what she told me. And to go to this extremity to try to cover up, it's like, she don't understand that that's gonna finally free her from being deceiving, for living a lie. She don't understand that her parents is gonna love her either way. They may be disappointed for a moment, but that moment pass. As long as you progress, because it's not about what you did, it's about what you're doing, what you're going to do to improve. Like, everybody makes errors and everybody makes bad decisions, but like, to put me involved in a restraining order, and it just hurts, man, because when someone you genuinely love hurt you, it's like everything has to be flushed. And that's why I'm going through this transition. Like, you know there's no sorry, there's no kind of remorse, there's no righteousness in that person that says, you know what, maybe you should stop while you're ahead, so you don't cause a negative, a stronger negative in the future. Like, just no remorse, man. Like, I thought she loved me, man, and it's like I'm coming to realization, like, I thought I saw it. Like, I really thought it was real, and I don't know what happened. Like, I'm just very confused. and I'm going through my flushing system, my flushing syndrome at the moment. Cliff just walked in. How's the apartment? You
The old lady, and she just creeps me out. She wouldn't say anything. So I said, cool. No.
Yeah,
one that's small.
Going through this flushing system, like, to see that people don't have no kind of remorse, like, I shouldn't be in these circumstances. But I look at it as a positive. I look at it like it was supposed to happen. Like, you know, you run into a certain type of individual, and if you allow them to have value in your life, these are the circumstances that comes out of it. Like, being that I ran into a Cliff in my lifetime, Cliff, I would have been in the storage unit, but being that his heart and his upbringing was the way it is, it caused him to have a heart and say, you know what, nah, you're not living there, I'm gonna look out for you. So that was meant to happen. And being that I dealt with Anastasia and her upbringing was a certain way, it caused her to have this outcome where, well, I want to live a lie and I want to get away with it.
I'm out.
All right.
See you later.
Yes, sir. I want to live a lie and I want to get away with it by any means necessary. It goes back to the household of how she was brought up. Her heart is selfish, you know, and that's because the influences that she grew up with was selfish. So she believes that that's the accurate way of thinking, and you know, that's her upbringing, and that's what causes me to get a restraining order for nothing that I didn't do anything to get a restraining order, but I get one summons to me for no reason. And Rob, the same thing, like his household, to have a lot of brothers and sisters and not have hands-on a hands-on relationship with his mother and his father, like to have that level of selfishness in your household causes him to be the way he is. And Elijah, the same thing, you know, me, the same thing. Everybody, when you're surrounded by a certain group of people, you can kind of see the source of the problem. And with Anastasia, I had to go to the source of the problem, which is the parents, and to try to help her. Like, being that the parents is now of age and they have love for their daughter, if they really believe their daughter, which I highly doubt, you know, they can't help her. They're going to just take her side. But if they have a doubt, because this came out of nowhere, like, why would I lie? Why would I lie about anything? Like, what gain do I get from saying, please help your daughter? I don't get it. And it's just sad, man. Like, I gotta surround myself with positive people so I don't go falling, you know. But I believe that God did this because he's prepping me for something that's more important than what I'm doing right now, and I've been wasting enough time doing this, you know. And all this YouTube is starting to make sense. It's like, it shows the truth, and nobody really knows the truth, you know. And I have a plan, and God's gonna help me with that. You know, God gave me this plan, and I hate to say the word God because it's English. It's not his name. It's just that everybody used that as the reference who speaks the English language or who's religious or anything, like, because of the household and how we was brought up. So, but I'd rather use the source of energy, the source of all things, is showing me how to understand more. And it's crazy because the sad thing about it is that Anastasia is going to go through her, like, spiritual warfare, as she would say. You know, she's gonna go through that, and God told her who I was, and her being disobedient caused this. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens in the future. You know, I gotta move forward and see what happens. But I'm gonna do my job now. It's like by force now. Like now, everything that was distracting you is out your life now. Now what you got? You got 1,500 in the bank, and you spent it on music. That's what you should have been doing. You should have been quit this job. You should have been left. You should have been in the position that I told you were supposed to be in last year. So now it's by force because we don't have no time for this. So that's what impression I give. You know, I'm gonna remain positive, no matter how negative it is. It's not gonna defeat me. So peace.